Hi guys, so today's video is going to be a review on the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I decided to go ahead and give this a try because I had seen it in the store and had been very curious about this for a while. Have watched tons and tons and tons of YouTube videos about this, and the consensus overall from my take is that this is a really fabulous foundation that is very long wearing, mattifying, but not to the point that it's just sucking all of the life out of your skin. And for a lot of brown skinned women, women of color, I've heard them really rave about this because these foundations, the shades are more yellow toned. So I decided to go ahead and give it a try. I was in the market for a matte foundation. I had one, but the color wasn't really matching me too much right now. And so I said, what the heck, I'll try it. So I'm going to talk about the color that I have in the formulation, let you know what I think. And just for reference, I am typically an NC44 in MAC. I wear the color Cadiz in the NARS Sheer Glow. But I have a really odd skin tone because I can actually wear lots of different shades. In fact, in the L'Oreal True Match, I actually own 3 shades. So I own N7, which is classic tan. I own W7, which is caramel beige. And I own W8. And I cannot remember what that one is called. Depending on the day, depending on what the makeup look is that I'm going for, I can actually wear all 3 of those colors. And if it's a little too yellow or a little too dark, I can go in with a powder and kind of mute it out. If it's too light, I can go in with a bronzer and warm things up. So I have a really odd skin tone. I'm not as yellow as some other people, but I'm not red. So I'm like a neutral. I'm kind of more new on the neutral end, to be honest, with some yellow tones in there. So perhaps that's why I can kind of get away with going neutral or warm. So at any rate, I was really torn about what color to get. And after watching a lot of videos, I decided to go ahead and get the caramel beige because I had heard that the classic tan runs really orange, and orangey foundations do not work on me. I look like I'm sunburnt. I look like I'm about to catch on fire, and it's not cute. So, and then I also heard a little bit about the other color, which is, I want to say 111. And that one, oh gosh, I cannot think of the name of that one. Creme Cafe. Okay. A lot of YouTubers who are kind of look like their skin tone is similar to mine use that one, and it looks beautiful. But I just wasn't sure. So at any rate, this is the color that I got. It's caramel beige, and I know it looks frighteningly light. But it's actually what I have on right now. I've had this foundation on for for a few hours, and you can see that there's some sheen to my skin. I do have combination skin. I've been doing a lot just running around. I was doing a lot of being very active in my house. So it's not like I put this on and then I just sat there and started filming. I put this on, I've been running around doing things. And so there is a bit of a sheen to my face, but what I can say that I like about it is that it's not an oily, greasy greaseball sheen. It's just a natural, you're alive and the blood is flowing through your veins, and it's just the kind of sheen you'd want, okay? Because I think if you go too matte and you look really blunt and dried out, that is not the look you want, at least not for me. Like, I don't want to look dried out like a corpse, like all of the fluid has been sucked out of my veins. That, to me, that's not a look you want to go for. You want to look alive, like your skin has suppleness and vitality to it. So anyway, I do like that about this foundation. It does keep me matter than some of my others, but it doesn't make me look lifeless. So I really like that. The color, you guys tell me what you think. But here's the interesting thing about this foundation. It does look a little pasty when I first put it on, this particular color. But within, I'd say 20 minutes or so, it really starts to kind of melt in and sort of, it just kind of, it's almost like a self-adjusting formula in a way, because it sort of adjusts and it ends up kind of oxidizing a little bit, and I end up really liking it throughout the day. So I'll kind of get closer so you guys can see. It goes on really, really smooth. Keep in mind I have highlighter on too, so some of that shimmer is not oil, it's just highlight. I have it here, I put it here, I put it here. Um, it goes on smoothly. It covers blemishes. It's a medium to a full coverage foundation. You can definitely get it to be full coverage if you go in with one layer, let that set, and then you go in with another. So I will just kind of go like that so you guys can see how this blends out. So if you can see that, you can kind of see why it works. Like initially it looks a little scary, but as you blend it out, you see how nicely that blends out. It's really um, kind of a really neat formula. Like I have to say, I'm really impressed with it. I wore it to work one day, and a girl who I'm really close with, like, I'll ask her, look, am I looking crazy today, or are things okay? Like, we're honest with each other. And I told her, I said, I have a new foundation. What do you think? Is it okay? Is it too light? Is it? She goes, no, it looks great. It looks really smooth. So let me know what you think. Is this the right color for me, or should I go to the Classic Tan or the Creme Cafe? If I change, it'll probably be Creme Cafe because I cannot do orange. It's just, I'm not even going to go there. So anyway, it blends out nicely. Here's the only criticism. Oh, and by the way, the packaging I like. It's got this little tube. I like that because you're not dipping your finger in. You're not overusing when you have ones that don't have a pump. I like it. It's sleek. It's small enough that you can take it places. It's got the color on the back, and this is not going anywhere, so you can always remember what color you are. It has all of the different qualities. All of the claims are on the back. The finish is a demi matte, which is truly what it is. You can see that it's not a completely flat matte, which is what I prefer, demi matte. Wears up to 24 hours. I don't know about that, but I can tell you it wears at least 8 or 9 because I've worn it to work and it's lasted that long. The texture is airlight. That is true. I do not feel like I have a ton of makeup on. I don't feel like I have anything on my face, honestly. And the one thing I can say about this that's positive too is I put this all the way up under my eyes, and I did not actually have to use any concealer. So, you know, it worked out in that sense too. I could have done some brightening, but I honestly did not even do that with this look that I'm wearing right now. So packaging is cool. It's got the number here also with the color here. So there's lots of different places, identifiers on here so that you will not forget what color you are. Here's my only criticism, and this is it, and then I'm going to end this video and move on. I do notice that it sets really fast. So there's been a couple times when I put this on, I think I'm good to go. And then I look and I see like there's this little area here that is a different color. And it looks like a little dry patch. And so the first time I noticed it, I thought it was a dry patch, and I immediately went to picking because that's my go-to thing. So I was like, and trying to get that off. And I realized it's not a dry patch because my skin is not dry. So why would I have a dry patch? It was that there was a little section of foundation that I had not completely buffed out with my makeup brush. So word of warning is when you put this on, you've got to work quickly with this. You've got to make sure that it's applied evenly, that it's all buffed out, and that you get every single section, because it dries like that. And if there's a part that you did not get to, you're gonna see it. So that would be my only criticism of this. But otherwise, it's a really beautiful, really smooth finish. It is demi matte. You're not gonna look dead, but it is gonna control your oil production. And I think for women of color, the color selection is pretty unique because most foundations run to pink or they run to red. Like, I don't know what it is about companies, but they seem to think that we all have red undertones, and we just don't. So, and there are some really, really deep toned women who are not red based. Their tone is more like a beige. So I think that they got hip to that, and they did the line accordingly. So I think that's cool. I may, just for fun, try the Creme Cafe and see how it looks, especially as it starts warming up and I start to tan a little bit. I might not be able to pull this off. But let me know what you guys think, if it works for me or not, or if I need to go to a deeper one. It'd be nice to kind of hear someone else's perspective. So hopefully this helps you guys. I do recommend it. I think it's a really nice foundation. It runs for about anywhere from $11 to $14. I got it for, I think, $11 at Target. So It's a little on the higher end, but L'Oreal products tend to be, but it is a really good product. And for a matte foundation, I think it's worth it. The only other one I'd recommend next to this would probably be the Fit Me Matte in Poreless, and that is a nice one too. But this one has a little bit of a different kind of color selection that I think is a little bit better for women of color. So that's why I might recommend this over the matte and poreless. So hopefully this helps. Stay tuned, you guys, for my other videos. God bless. Stay prayed up and stay faithful.